Hi everybody, Billy Moan here at Rambling Rose Studio, independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. I want you to look what has multiplied on my work desk. We have rabbits everywhere. These little rabbits are in this stamp set that we're using today, Baby We've Grown. It's a great little set for a baby's card, but I tell you, I initially bought it because I loved these little owls right here, but this little rabbit is so cute for Easter or springtime. I just think he's so cute, don't you? So this is what we're using today to make this little tag. I've made these as thank yous for orders and online orders that I'm giving out to my customers. They have a little thank you on the back. Another thing you could do with these too, I've made one. This is our craft box, Stampin' Up's craft box with a belly band and just the same little tag, and I just added a bow on it. Makes a cute little gift topper. So that's another thing you could do with them. So let's get this out of the way and let's get started on this little tag today. I'm going to pull the Big Shot in here because we're going to cut out our two shapes first. We're using, I think this is called Labels Collection. I don't have it in front of me. We're using our magnetic pad with one cutting pad over top of that. And this is, I mean, you see how they stick. Oh, I do not miss using the Post-it notes to try to hold these still. You just put them on there and they are there. And I think we can cut both of these out at the same time here. That's what I'm going to do. So there's that. Then you put your other cutting pad on top of this. And if this shakes the camera while I'm rolling this through, I'm sorry. Okay. So here's our shapes out. There's the top shape. And here's the base of our little tag. So we're through with those. Now we're going to texturize these with a little bit of texture on both of them, actually, with our embossing folder. So we need to put up our magnetic platform, get out our regular platform, put a cutting pad on it, like that. And let's do the back first. I'm using the dots. Get that piece of paper off there. And what you want to remember when you're embossing with your embossing folders is to have your logos up facing you, and the open end goes in through the Big Shot first. If you put this end in, the folded end in over and over, it will eventually crack and break off. So the open end goes in first. Another pad on top, and let's roll that through. Take that out. I just love to emboss. It just adds so much. So there's our background. I'll set that aside. And then this little piece right here, we're going to use this little oval embossing folder. And I'm just going to center that on there, just looking from the outside, just like that. Run that through. Okay, I'm going to move the Big Shot out of the way. My goodness, what did we ever do before the Big Shot? I don't know. Okay, so here's this little shape that's been embossed. Isn't that pretty? So here's our two shapes. So I'm going to put this on top of the base with a couple of dimensionals on the back. Just to lift it up a little bit and make it a little more prominent on our base. And then our little rabbit, we are going to stamp him on a piece of paper. And I'm just using regular black here, but you certainly could use StazOn. And then I'm going to punch him out with a large oval punch. It fits exactly inside that oval, which is so nice. And we're just going to put adhesive on the back of him. Put that right inside there. Just like that. Now, because I'm using these as thank yous, I have a thank you stamped on the back of mine. Of course, you wouldn't have to do that if that's not what you're using them for. Okay, then I'm using, this is, let me see here, Blush Blossom. And I just put a little tad of color on his little bow tie there. Very light. Let's bring this in. Now, if you have one of these foam pieces here, you can use that with this tool just to round them. I'll just punch them in there, flip them over, get my glue dots. I use this tool with my glue dots because I usually get glue dots on everything but what I need to. They just seem to gravitate toward my fingers or my clothes or whatever. Alright, and then you just pick it up and turn it over. Place it where you want it. I've just got 3 little flowers here at the bottom. And I used the smallest pearl in the center of each flower. This tool comes in handy for that too. Makes quick work of that. And then I used my crocodile to punch a hole to run my baker's twine through. But at this point, you wouldn't have to do that necessarily. I mean, it just depends. If you were going to put that on a card front, on the top of a gift, you may not want, you know, the baker's twine on there. But since that's what I'm using them for, I'll just go ahead and put it on there while we're working here. And that's it. I mean, how long did that take us? It took me longer to think up the idea than it did to actually make it, but I've got quite a few to make. So there's our little springtime Easter tag. I hope you enjoyed watching that and that it inspires you or gives you an idea to make your own creations. I hope you'll come back and see me.